Great seeing you back for devotions. Okay, we are Mark chapter 8. I've been talking about faith and trusting in the Lord all throughout this week. Now today, I want to talk to you here concerning progressive growth. The way God works in our lives is progressively, just, step by step, and us trusting in him as we go. Look with me here. I'm going to be on Mark chapter 8, verse 22. It says, and they came to Bethsaida. And some of the people brought to him a blind man and begged him to touch him. So here's a man, he's totally blind. Now, this is really different from all his other healings. Verse 23. Now he took the blind man, he took him by the hand, and led him out of the village. This is interesting. So he takes this man away from all the people, alone, without like his family and friends. Doesn't want an audience. He wants to teach us something. And so he takes the man out of the village, and when he spit on his eyes, now in other places he didn't just spit in his eyes. It says he mixed it with like dirt or something, or maybe put it on his hand. But just it was his spit. Let me tell you, a holy God can spit all over me. Okay, it's holy spit. There's power in that spit. This is God. Okay, so he does this, and he laid his hands on him, and he asked him, "Do you see anything?" And the man looked up and he said, "I see people, but they look like trees walking." He's not totally healed. And Jesus laid his hands on his eyes again. And as he opened his eyes, his sight was restored and he saw everything clearly. And this is really interesting. So he takes the man away from everybody else. He takes him alone. He heals him in a way he doesn't heal the other people. But it's in two steps. Sometimes God does that. You know why? Because it's a gradual process. What God is going to do in your life, that gradual process reflects how God often works in our lives step by step. Now, it's not all about the journey. It's not all about the journey of healing. It's not all about the journey of the trials. Okay, it's not all about that, because we want to get to the healing. But on the other hand, sometimes you get that thing from God all at once, happens overnight, and that's great. But sometimes it is all about the journey. Why? Because there's something he's trying to do. He wants you have a personal encounter with Christ. So he takes this man alone. The audiences aren't all there. Maybe some disciples. But he's alone. He takes him away from everybody else. Spends time with Jesus alone. And he does this in steps. God has been there with us every step of the way. When you think about things happened to you in the past, it took forever, it took a long time, and you just kept praying, you just kept on praying, you just kept on trusting. You say, well, it did take a long time. But you know what happened? You got really, really deep and close to God in a relationship like you never had before. Look in 2 Corinthians 5, verse 7. For we walk by faith, not by sight. Do you know how you grow walking by faith? Step by step. Trusting in him every step of the way. God's testing you to see, do you really believe in him? Are you really trusting in him? Look, God has a perfect plan for all of us. It's not always the same. He never does it all at once, just step by step, because he wants to teach us to walk by faith and not by sight. That's what's happening with the new church. It's like 1,000 steps. I'll tell you something I've been let out there. I've been just telling on devotions. We're hoping to break ground this coming spring. We'll be talking here in the future about this in church. And, it's been a lot of steps, but this is how God works. So I want you to say, do I really believe in him? Do I really trust in him? Don't give up on him. Don't doubt. And every time you do, ask for forgiveness. Say, I know, God, you're going to get me there. I'm trusting in you, and God will bring it to pass.